Bennett back again with Knucklenap TV. We're at Central Florida MMA in Winter Haven, and we have a special guest today, Paul Andreas Dominich. He is a matchmaker for M1. He's done work with Bellator, Strikeforce, Raging Wolf, Atlas Fights, WFC, Cage Rage, you name it. In MMA, Paul's been there, been involved somehow, some way, shape, or form. He's a jiu-jitsu practitioner and the current welterweight champ of Florida for MMA. Congratulations on your win. But that's not the reason we got you here today. The reason we got you here today is you're the executive director for MMA Solutions, and you sanction amateur MMA in Florida. You want to tell us a little bit about what's going on in amateur MMA, maybe the differences of the rules, amateur versus pro?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the difference in the rules with the amateurs that we have now here in Florida is mainly there are no strikes to the head on the ground. There's also no twisting leg locks, no elbows, no knees to the head, no hammer locks, no neck cranks, and there's only allowed to be 3 rounds in any fight, whether it's a championship fight or a regular fight. It's 3-minute rounds.
So Paul, I've been to a lot of amateur fights here lately, and they've been really excited. What are, with the rules that are in place to protect them, what are some of the things that you're seeing that are effective in finishing fights and that are being successful? Because it seems like you said, they need to have skill, they need to have the jiu-jitsu, the wrestling, also not just brawling to finish these fights.
Well, there are a lot of positions that I see the amateurs getting into that they don't take advantage of to improve their position, to maybe change the position of their opponent so they can effectively go for a submission or a strike that causes the end of the fight.
Okay.
So some of the good techniques for ground and pound for an amateur is, we're going to go in a regular side control, which we usually find people in here. You want to get down here, you got your fighter in side control. A lot of the time, people want to go scarf hold. So what you want to do is come here, they control the tricep, they lift up, control the shoulder, but you can't really strike to the head here. So this really is a neutral position. You're most likely going to get stood up. So what I found is that from here, side control, come over the head, come underneath the arm, touching the back of your head. Come over, block the hip, go to reverse scarf hold. Now this is opening up his ribs. You have your hand here, you can strike, boom, 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 causing your opponent to move, to buck. And if you've got him down tight enough, he's gonna tap the strike. So this is a very effective ground and pound position for amateurs. The second position, same thing. I've got the person's side control. We're gonna go through the same technique, over the head, come around, hook, grab the back of the head, come over here, block, scarf hold position. Now, your fighter's gonna say, oh, well, you don't wanna get mounted. So he's gonna try to protect you from the mount. Here, we can do a crowbar, post up, and you wanna strike to the perennial nerve. By striking the perennial nerve, now when the fighter gets up,
He's not going to be able to stand.
Exactly. Takedowns are going to be a lot easier. You start kicking that thigh.
Footwork's gone.
Once you start kicking that thigh, he's going to want to take you down, and that's bread and butter right there.
So it seems like with amateurs, they really need to focus on the technique, learning the technique. So
absolutely, with the technique, that position, and we talked about always position before submission, position before striking. Always find yourself in that position where you can effectively strike and you can make sure that your opponent isn't moving. That's how you're going to win the fight.
All right, Paul. Well, thank you for coming on the Knucklenap TV, and I'm sure we'll see you at a fight almost anywhere.